Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tim Colgate. I'm the principal of Nogales High School. I'd like to welcome you to tonight's commencement ceremony. Please join the administration and faculty in welcoming the candidates for graduation from the class of 2020 for this special virtual graduation ceremony. Buenas tardes, damas y caballeros. Mi nombre es Tim Colgate y es un placer darles la bienvenida esta noche a la ceremonia de graduación. Por favor, acompañe tonta a la administración y maestros y darles la bienvenida de la clase del 2020 para esta ceremonia especial de graduación virtual. I'd like to take this time to thank several individuals who have been crucial to the education of our students. Governing board members, Mr. Greg Lucero, Barbara Mendoza, Robert Rojas, Manny Reese, and Governing Board President, Dr. Marcelino Verona. I'd also like to thank Superintendent Mr. Fernando Parra, Assistant Superintendent Angel Canto, County Superintendent Alfredo Velasquez, Director of Student Services Judith Mendoza Jimenez, Ms. Mayra Zuniga, Human Resources Director, Finance Director, Mr. Adelmo Sandoval, Grants Director, Ms. Kathy Scott, English Language Acquisition Coordinator, Ms. Minerva Valenzuela, Information Technology Director, Mr. Alejandro Lopez, Support Services Director, Mr. Oscar Islas, Mr. Herman Nunez, Sodexo Food Service General Manager. I'd also like to thank the principals and assistant principals from Mary Welty Elementary School, Ms. Aisa Bonias, from Lincoln Elementary School, Mr. Paul Carlson, from Robert M. Bracker Elementary School, Ms. Joanne Vigilant, from Francisco de Coronado Elementary School, Ms. Sandra Lisette Jimenez, the principal of Desert Shadows Middle School, Mr. Christopher Miranda, the assistant principal of Desert Shadows Middle School, Mr. Josh Payne, the principal of Pearson Vocational High School, Ms. Berenice Rodriguez, Ms. Michelle Schumann, principal of A.J. Mitchell Elementary School, the assistant principal of Wade Carpenter Middle School, Ms. Mary Beth Silva, the principal of Wade Carpenter Middle School, Dr. Roman Sotero, the principal of Challenger Elementary School, Ms. Christina Valdez. We'd also like to thank our curriculum leaders, Mr. Hugo Luna, Ms. Libby McAfee, Mr. Oscar Favela, Ms. Jennifer Valenzuela, Mr. Mike Tackett, Ms. Carol Gomez, Mr. Vince Dober, Ms. Dora Herman, Colonel Donald Belch, Ms. Terry Montano, Ms. Yedida Higuera, and Mr. Armando Romero. I'd also like to thank our class sponsors, Mr. Ravi Chanuel Dutt and Ms. Maritza Reyna. At this time, I'd like to welcome Student Body President, Ms. Maya Robles.
Good evening, Superintendent Parra, Principal Colgate, NUSD School Board members, NHS administration, faculty and staff, and especially the graduating class of 2020. My name is Maya Robles, and I am honored to welcome you all to an evening of new beginnings and celebrations. On behalf of my class, I would like to thank you all for joining us here tonight as we honor these fine individuals you know as a class of 2020. Welcome to this year's Nogales High School graduation. 13 short years ago, we started on a path that led us to where we are today. 13 years ago, we packed up our backpacks and headed off to our first day of kindergarten, bright eyes and full of hope, ready to take on the world. We walked into our classroom to meet some of the lifelong friends, but only after our parents assured us that it was okay and they would be back for us in no time. Then, 6 years later, we walked into a new building where we were introduced to the ideas of class periods. Everything seemed so different then. We couldn't wait to get to high school. It all came so fast. One moment we were begging our parents to let us go to the movies on our own, and next thing we know, we're getting ready for our first day of school without uniform. Then it all began. The long nights throwing together essays, study sessions at Starbucks, and cramming in those last 5 minutes of notes before an exam. It's funny how we couldn't wait to get to graduate, and now that we're here, we wish we could have just one more day of high school. One more day to walk down to the courtyard for lunch and hear the whistles blow as soon as the second bell rang. Personally, I would do anything to hear Miss McAfee yell, "On delay," as we made our way to class, or Mr. Luna remind us not to do anything stupid over the weekend. From the moment we all set foot on campus wearing our bright orange t-shirts, we've been on a non-stop emotional roller coaster. The joys of high school came in all shapes and sizes. From the Friday of homecoming week, where absolutely no one could function from the stress of the night before, which led us to our long-awaited floats win, to the rush of leaving campus Fridays before your long breaks. We met amazing people along the way who made a larger impact on our life than we realized. I know for certain I would not be speaking to you today without some of the people joining us. So, with that said, I would like to thank our amazing counseling staff and Mrs. Romero, who had to put up with seeing my face almost every day. Ms. Thompson and Ms. Fraoso, for being my favorite humans and my school moms. I love you both. Fernie, Jackie, Beto, Audra, Roger, and Annette, for being amazing friends. Mr. Sol, for listening to me complain, and being the amazing athletic trainer and director that you are. I hope you never learn to pronounce my last name correctly. The amazing educators of NUSD, and last but certainly not least, my mom. Thank you for staying up all those late nights to help me achieve my goals. I know that without you, I would not be the young lady that I am today. I love you, infinity. It is now time for us to let go of high school and carry out the rest of our destiny. In the words of the great C.S. Lewis, there are far, far better things ahead than those we leave behind. Well, this is true, and we are on the road to do big things and change the world. A part of us will always miss the crazy adventure of being 17 or 18, young and full of spirit. But that's the thing about missing high school. It means we made it. Class of 2020, we made it. I now have the honor of presenting this evening's guest speaker, Dr. Marcelino Varona. Dr. Varona wears many hats in our community. However, his heart and passion have always been with NUSD. He is a Nogales High School graduate, a former Nogales High School principal, a former NUSD assistant superintendent, and the current Nogales Unified School District Governing Board president. Please help me welcome our guest speaker, Dr. Marcelino Varona.
Good afternoon, Nogales High School candidates for graduation of the class of 2020. 50 years ago today, I sat where you are presently seated. I had been accepted to attend Arizona State University as a political science major. My desire was to enter law school. I also had a minor in business administration. As I sat motionless during the ceremony, I was scared as I didn't know if I was going to be drafted to Vietnam and my plans altered. On July 1st, the Selective Service held a draft lottery for those born in 1951. My number was 341, so I was on my way to the university. My annual tuition at ASU as a full-time student was $450, and my books were an additional $150, and my new Mustang was $1,900. When I arrived at the university, there were countless protests of the draft and Vietnam. I observed the tactics for hours at a time. Arizona Governor Jack Williams ordered all university students to have a student identification at all times, as it was his belief that the protesters were young, but they were not university students. Our class was the first one to be required to possess a student ID. Now, 50 years later, your future is blurry with a global pandemic. You missed an integral life step and you didn't like it. It has altered your life structure and secluded you from life's normal routines. You are Generation Z, encompassed with a skill set of digital natives, entrepreneurial, progressive, individualistic, and diverse. You will survive, and your educational experience will guide you through a thoughtful decision-making process. Remember, you are blessed with the unsurpassed teachers of life, your parents and your grandparents. Seek their advice and be thankful. You didn't have the opportunity to recognize the Twin Towers. Your entire life, our country has been at war. You made it through the Great Recession, and today you embark on a substantial journey with off-ramps. Be thoughtful in selecting those off-ramps, as they will define you. During these unprecedented times, when opportunities may be hard to reach and unpredictable, keep in mind what President Abraham Lincoln stated: I shall study and prepare myself, so when my chance comes, I will be ready. People always recognize individuals with superior work ethic. You may not be the smartest, but you know how to get things done within budget. Let me leave you with this thought. Don't be hesitant to enter the arena. Become an intellectual gladiator. Step up. Get involved. Yes, you will receive bumps and bruises and even get knocked out. Stand up. Dust yourself off and arm yourself. Arm yourself with intellectual endeavors. Arm yourself with intellectual research. Arm yourself with the art of persuasion. Arm yourself with public speaking. Arm yourself with community service. Arm yourself with compassion and empathy. Arm yourself with kindness. Arm yourself for the goodness of mankind. And finally, arm yourself with your right to vote. Keep in mind what presidential candidate Hubert H. Humphrey had to say. The moral test of government is how the government treats those who are in the dawn of life, the children. Those who are in the twilight of life, the elderly. And those in the shadow of life, the sick, the needy, and the handicapped. Our school district is so elated, proud, and grateful for the tireless efforts for teaching and learning by your teachers. Their efforts, especially this year, will never be forgotten. Education, now more than ever. On behalf of the Nogales Unified School District Governing Board, Mr. Greg Lucero, Clerk, Ms. Barbara Mendoza, Member, Mr. Manuel Reese, Member, Mr. Roberto Rojas Siqueiros, Member, we wish you a wonderful life and be successful. Please adhere to the Center for Disease Control safety protocols. Make a difference and buckle up.
The school valedictorian is defined as an individual who has academically succeeded to achieve the highest academic rank in a class throughout the 4 years in high school. The valedictorian must excel in every class and challenge oneself by enrolling in honors, advanced placement, and international baccalaureate courses. Tonight, it is with great pleasure to introduce a young man who has achieved this remarkable honor. Presenting the medal is Principal Tim Colgate. Your class of 2020 valedictorian is Isaac Valenzuela.
Good evening, community members, family, friends, NUSD faculty and staff, and my classmates of the class of 2020. I am extremely honored to be your valedictorian, and I am grateful for the opportunity to share a few last words with my class. As I contemplated the topic of my speech, I found myself questioning whether I would come up with something worthy of a valedictorian speech. I would tend to doubt myself. Whether I'm right or wrong, what remains constant is self-doubt. As I was feeling overwhelmed about writing and delivering this speech, I began to doubt that I was even ready to fulfill this role. Then I started thinking about the other times that I have felt this exact way. There were many tests where I did not think I would get the grade I needed, even though I had prepared well for them. Times where I did not feel deserving of the valedictorian title, and countless times I doubted my possibilities of getting into my dream school. Last summer, I attended the Minority Introduction to Engineering and Science program, or MITES, a 6-week residential summer program at MIT. MITES is centered around the concept of delta, which is the scientific symbol of change. Early into the program, my professors kept referring to delta when they talked about any type of improvement. They explained that we must not focus on what we know, but on the opportunities to learn and enjoy the challenges that come with learning, even if it means being wrong. One day, my professor asked me a question to which my response was incorrect. At first, I felt embarrassed until he said, "Great, now focus on the idea of being wrong and understand how being wrong fosters deeper learning." This approach allowed me to have a deeper reflection. I learned that not having the right answer can lead to other insights, and one can argue that maybe it's not necessarily about being correct as much as learning what can work. I think about what Thomas Edison once said, "I have not failed, I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." From a young age, my mother instilled in me the values of hard work and persistence. Applying the values my mother had taught me and the idea of seeking growth made me work on getting rid of the constant self-doubt. I learned to deal with my insecurities by remembering that every outcome only depends on the work I put in and the growth I achieve. Despite the feelings of self-doubt, everything I had worked and disciplined myself for paid off, including being accepted into Stanford University, where I will be attending in the fall. I apologize to Dr. Arona that I did not choose to attend ASU instead. I don't share my story as a way of showing off any accomplishments, rather to show the value of hard work and persistence when facing challenges. Do not allow your intellectual doubts to lead you to think that you should not be as great as you wish to be, but instead use every opportunity to grow and reflect on self-improvement. Attempting something new may sometimes have failure as a result, but it will always have a growth opportunity. A quote by one of the most influential intellectuals in history resembles this point. Albert Einstein once said, "Failure is only postponed success as long as courage coaches ambition." Whatever it is you choose to do, make sure to work hard and stay persistent with your goals, and the results will always show how hard you worked. In whatever situation we may find ourselves in, family is the one thing that remains constant. I am blessed to have a family where every single relative is supportive and wants the best for me. I thank you all for your love and support. Nina, thank you for caring for me and loving me as your son and everything you do for my brother and I. Your love and constant care has never gone unnoticed, and I am forever grateful for the role you've played in my life. Tia Moni, thank you for being a big part of my life and always being there for anything my brother and I needed. From giving me money for good grades as an incentive when I was a kid, to always telling me you believe in me even when my ambitions may have seemed too high to achieve. You have made a great impact. Abuelos, ustedes me cuidaron y ayudaron a mi mamá a crearnos a mí y a mi hermano desde que estábamos chicos. Abuela, siempre nos has dado mucho amor y siempre haces feliz a la familia con tu presencia y comida. Abuelo, siempre me haces reír con una frase sarcástica o me enseñas algo nuevo cada vez que te veo. Creo que es de máxima importancia el tener a una persona que sea un ejemplo a seguir y tú fuiste esa persona para mí. En tu manera de pensar y tu sabiduría nunca se olvidarán las lecciones que me has enseñado desde niño. Le doy gracias a Dios que me bendijo con un par de abuelos tan inteligentes, fuertes y amorosos. Gracias por todo. I recognized from a young age that I was blessed to have a mother so loving and dedicated to her children. But as I got older, I realized that's an understatement. I don't think any arrangement of words or actions could describe how amazing you are for my brother and I. Countless lessons that I have learned from you and the support that you show me through every step of my life is unbelievable. I often find myself questioning how you have been so patient and careful with the formation of my brother and I, because anyone knows that raising two boys while making sure we always have what is best for us was not an easy task. I thank God every chance I get for gifting my brother and I with a mother who literally does it all without complaining because she wants the absolute best for us. I am eternally thankful for you. Before I thank some special individuals, I would like to take the time to congratulate one of my best friends and class of 2020 salutatorian, Eduardo Yepes. You have been a great friend to laugh with and a great peer to learn from. I cannot wait to see the amazing things you do. Congratulations on this milestone and thank you for all the laughs and memories. I am grateful for the people that I am closest to because you have contributed to my life. My brother Octavio, you have been an exceptional older brother and role model for me. One trait that I value is how you taught me patience and how to remain calm in a difficult situation as long as there's a solution. Luis, or Tiki, very shortly after meeting you, we became really good friends, and over the years, you have become my brother. You have inspired and guided me throughout my high school years. Now, thanks to your help and mentorship, we will be able to see each other on campus for the next couple of years. Sarina, you have always been unconditional, and I value your constant support throughout the years. You've made me realize and appreciate how amazing it is to have someone in your life who cares for you the way you care for me. I am extremely thankful for having you in my life because you make me a better person. Leo, needless to say, you and I have been inseparable since freshman year, and I know we can both agree that we're extremely lucky to have a friendship or brotherhood like ours. There were times where I didn't make time for anything besides academics, but you reminded me the importance of enjoying life. I'm thankful for my friends who made my high school experience memorable. You know who you are, but I'll still say your names. Cevitas, Eddie Yepes, JP Mimiaga, Eddie Herrera, Ariana, Karime, Alec, the boys, and of course, all of my friends from the IB program. Lastly, I would like to thank Mrs. Munguia, my third grade teacher at Coronado Elementary School. You always wanted the best for all of us. I appreciate the way you would care for any student you noticed was not in the best mood or in the mindset to learn. I never forgot the way you treated us with such importance. Mrs. Reina, you are an exceptional counselor who has dedicated your time to guide us and support us in our future plans. Your guidance and help allowed me to get accepted into my dream college, and I will always be most grateful. Mrs. Valenzuela, you have been of great support beyond chemistry and calculus in caring for your students. Thank you for always being willing to answer any curious questions about chemistry or calculus and always remaining patient with me when solving meticulous problems, because as you know, I make many mistakes. Mr. Dober, you are not only practical with your teaching approach to physics, but you are always willing to facilitate conversations that go beyond the physics curriculum. Thank you for the countless lessons and laughs that were shared in your classroom. I am extremely thankful for all of my teachers and administrators for the opportunities offered at NUSD. Dr. Varona, I would like to thank you for the role that you take in the community. I appreciate the way you recognize young leaders and make our work feel important. It serves as a motivating factor to know that our work is always acknowledged by our leaders. Achieving any form of success is rarely done without the support from those around us. With that being said, I would like to thank all of the parents, family, and teachers of the class of 2020 because this mutual achievement would not be possible without all of you. I am extremely excited to see what the future holds for our class. It is an honor to be your class of 2020 valedictorian, but it is a greater honor to be part of such a memorable graduating class. Congratulations to the class of 2020. Thank you.
This year's Teacher of the Year started his career here at Nogales High School in 2014 as a science teacher. During his tenure, he has taught biology, chemistry, and is now taken on the challenge of International Baccalaureate and loves it. This teacher is patient, caring, and kind. He is known to always maintain a cool exterior. This individual engages students who display negative behaviors, thoughts, or emotions and talks to them to determine which past events may have triggered the negative emotion, thus building a positive relationship with that student. This teacher attends various school functions and sports events for all the students, especially those that feel alienated in the classroom. This individual communicates with students and parents both, so that parents are involved with their child's learning. This teacher also sponsors MESA, has been a sponsor for the class of 2021, and coaches soccer and track. This individual has a true passion for science and technology, being one of the first teachers to flip his classroom on campus, and is always willing to share ideas and strategies with fellow teachers. In addition, this person has taken on the role of being in charge of the mentor program and bringing new strategies to new teachers and ensuring that they feel welcome and know the process and procedures of NUSD and NHS. This outstanding educator is a truly inspiring science teacher and coach to many students, and it is evident he is devoted to his content. Students and the school community. The Teacher of the Year for 2020 is Mr. Santosh Kumar. Congratulations, Mr. Kumar, and thank you for being who you are and who you are to our school community.
The school salutatorian is defined as an individual who has academically succeeded to achieve the second highest academic rank in a class throughout the 4 years in high school. The salutatorian is determined by the grades one receives in his or her classes and is separated from the valedictorian by merely hundredths of a point average. Presenting the medal is Principal Tim Colgate. Your class of 2020 salutatorian is Eduardo Yepes.
Good afternoon, classmates, parents, teachers, administration, district staff, and anyone else in attendance. You know, when I thought about giving the speech in January, after I was named salutatorian, I would have never guessed that I would be giving it through a computer screen at a virtual graduation. This all feels so unreal and unfair. Sometimes I ask myself, why, of all years, did it have to happen during this one? I know this is how many, if not all, of my classmates feel at Nogales High School. To my classmates, I understand you are frustrated. I know you're feeling mad, sad, irritated, and so many other things. How could you not? I mean, after more than 12 years of hard work and dedication, countless late nights and early mornings, study sessions after study sessions, practices day in and day out, an endless amount of homework and tests, and in the end, we don't even get a real graduation? I understand, I really do. I'm frustrated too, but we can't stay frustrated forever. What good does that do? What will change if we remain frustrated? Nothing. The world won't stop spinning, the sun won't stop shining. As annoying and repetitive as this might sound, we have to turn this disappointing situation into something positive. We should be thankful, actually, for many, many other things. Those of us who are healthy, those of us who have healthy families, those of us who have a roof at night, those of us who have something to eat each day, we should be thankful for that. We should be grateful that we got to graduate. Even if we didn't get a traditional graduation, the virtual graduation doesn't take away from the fact that we worked hard for so many years and sacrificed many things. Our high school graduation is but a tiny dot in the middle of the sky. We have our entire lives ahead of us. I mean it. With that being said, I would like to congratulate Isaac for being this year's valedictorian. Whether it was through FBLA or Miss Molina's class or the Europe trip 2 years ago, Cevitas, you and I always had such a great time. I'm going to miss that. I know you'll do amazing things in life. This is really just the beginning for you. Congratulations, bro. Before I continue, I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the frontline workers in charge of battling against COVID-19. To the nurses, doctors, and paramedics tirelessly treating people day in and day out. To the cashiers and clerks at grocery stores, making sure that people get the food items that they need. To the scientists continually working to find a treatment for this virus. To the mail carriers, sanitation workers, truck drivers, and everyone else working at the forefront, thank you for your outstanding bravery and courage. For standing strong during such a difficult time. Isaac Newton once referred to his ability to innovate and create scientific and mathematical discoveries by standing on the shoulders of giants. Today, we stand on your shoulders, the shoulders of heroes, the shoulders of the people risking their lives to make sure we keep moving forward. Thank you. I would now like to thank the individuals who have shaped and inspired me to excel throughout my entire academic career. Just a few seconds ago, I was talking about the heroes in our society, and I forgot to mention one very important group. I heard this quote once saying, teaching kids to count is fine, but teaching them what counts is best. Fortunately for me, I've had so many teachers that did just that. Sure, they taught me how to add and subtract or read and write, but the most important thing that they taught me were how to be a better student and a better person. They motivated and led me to my passions, unlocking doors that I didn't even know existed. They're my heroes. Thank you, Ms. Munguia and Ms. Rosas, for being amazing elementary school teachers. Thank you, Mr. Gudenkoff, for making middle school classes genuinely fun, as well as summer school last year. It was a blast. Thank you, Mr. Banal, for being such a caring, understanding teacher. Mr. Dober, I'll give it to you. Physics was pretty hard, but thank you for the life lessons and discussions that took place in that class. Thank you to Ms. Valenzuela for making my life just a little harder with calculus and chemistry. And a tremendous thank you to Ms. Mendoza for being such an essential figure in my high school career. Whether it was in IB Business or through FBLA or NTHS or Interact, you were always there. I really can't thank you enough, Ms. Mendoza. In addition to my teachers, I would like to thank the people behind the scenes who made all of this possible. Thank you to Mr. Colgate and the administration for providing an exceptional learning environment at Nogales High School. Thank you to Superintendent Parra and the Nogales Unified School District for organizing an outstanding educational community. And to everyone and anyone else who I might have missed that was a part of this exceptional community too, thank you. Next are the people who have made my journey 100 times more exciting. A friend is there to enjoy the good things and bad things in life alongside you. A friend doesn't care how you look or how you dress or where you live, as long as you genuinely enjoy spending time together. A friend is a companion, someone who is immensely valuable. My friends are indispensable. I wouldn't change them for anything. Cevitas, Alec, Matthew, T-Bob, Isaac, Nikki, Yanu, Danny, Chimi, Sari, Mena, Miranda, Cristina, and so many others. Thank you. To Mofos and the boys, thank you for the phenomenal memories. Thank you to the IB kids for making the rigorous curriculum so much more enjoyable. Except during TOK, because I was probably still asleep. Jimena, you're much more than a friend. Thank you for always being there for me. You're the best. Thank you to Bugs and everyone on the boys tennis team, from freshman to senior year, for the awesome moments in my athletic career. Even though we did a little too much running during practice, in my opinion, I had so much fun in tennis. The other time I was thinking, I guess I really like being the first to lose. Salutatorian and the number 2 varsity tennis player. What a coincidence. Thank you to all my baseball coaches, my soccer coaches, and my tennis coaches. Sports have been a crucial part of my childhood, and I will always be thankful for that. For this next part, I'm going to talk in Spanish. It's a request from my family, my mom mainly. Estoy eternamente agradecido por mi familia. Mi familia es lo más importante. Nuestra conexión va más allá de nuestra sangre. Siempre están ahí cuando los necesito, sea en los buenos tiempos o en los malos. Y sé que siempre estarán ahí para mí, al igual que yo siempre estaré ahí para ellos. Mayris, aunque a veces me hagas enojar, algo que ocurre muy seguido, no sabes qué tanto te quiero. Siempre nos hemos llevado muy bien y te agradezco por ser la mejor hermana. Papá, te agradezco por ser la piedra de la familia. Te agradezco por ser un hombre tan trabajador, por asegurarte que siempre tengamos algo que comer y una cama en donde vivir y un techo debajo de donde vivir. Te agradezco por hacerme un yankee y te aseguro que seré un yankee hasta la muerte, igual que tú. Recuerdo cuando estaba chiquito, Siempre hacías tiempo para jugar deportes conmigo. Béisbol, fútbol americano, tenis, el deporte que fuera. Siempre estabas ahí para jugar. Y siempre, siempre te voy a agradecer eso. Te quiero, papá. Mamá, ni siquiera sé cómo empezar. Gracias por hacerme comida la mayoría de los días, por asegurarte que siempre tenga ropa limpia, por lidiar con mis caprichos, por reírte conmigo, por celebrar mis triunfos y apoyarme en mis derrotas. Gracias por dejarme disfrutar mi juventud. Pero más que eso, gracias por enseñarme a ser un hombre respetuoso y educado. Eres extraordinaria. Eres la mejor mamá del mundo. No sé qué haré sin ti cuando me vaya a estudiar, mamá. Te amo. Abuelo, gracias por siempre pasar tiempo conmigo y mi hermana. El tiempo que nos dedicas es sumamente más importante que lo material. Cuando estaba chiquito, mi abuelo, cada vez que lo veía, se sentaba a un lado de mí, sacaba un papelito y un lápiz y me ponía a hacer ejercicios de multiplicación. No sabía para qué servían esos ejercicios, pero ahí nos veías multiplicando 1 por 1, 2 por 2, 3 por 3, 4 por 4. Antes de saberlo, se había convertido en una rutina. Después de mucha práctica y tiempo, ya sabía cómo multiplicar y dividir. Gracias por enseñarme las tablas de multiplicación cuando estaba chiquito, abuelo. No sé si ya se te había olvidado, pero yo nunca lo olvidaré. Para mí significan mucho más que solo números en un papel. Cultivaste una de mis habilidades más importantes, con solo pasar tiempo conmigo. Gracias, abuelo, no sabes qué tanto te quiero. A mi abuela y abuelita, estoy tan agradecido de tenerlas en mi vida. Están llenas de amor, siempre felices en vernos a mí y a mi hermana. Las quiero tanto. Al resto de mi familia, a mis tías y tíos, a mis ninos y ninas, y a mis primos, y a cualquier otra persona que no haya mencionado. Gracias por ser parte de mi vida. Finalmente, gracias a Dios por todo lo que me ha dado. Gracias por mi familia, mis amigos, nuestra salud y tantas cosas más. Estoy sumamente agradecido. Ahora regresaré al inglés. Before I conclude my speech, I'd like to share the 3 most important things that I've learned throughout my short but fantastic life. Rule number 1, work hard. Whatever it is you do, you have to give it your all the time. Do you think the Steve Jobs, Elon Musks, Ronaldos, and Messis of the world achieved everything overnight? Absolutely not. They worked harder than you can possibly imagine, and that is why they have been so successful. Whether it was a calc or chem test, or an FBLA competition, or a tennis match, I always tried my hardest. Why is this so important? Well, it's a simple answer. Satisfaction lies in the effort, not the attainment. Mahatma Gandhi. You have to be willing to push yourself to your limits in whatever you do in life. Because if the results you get aren't the ones you wanted, you'll regret not trying hard enough. Whenever you leave it all in the classroom, the court, the field, etc., failure is not a disappointment, but rather a lesson. Rule number 2, learn from your failures. As the greatest basketball player of all time once said, I failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. Now, I'm not a 6-time NBA champion like Michael Jordan, and I don't have nearly as much experience as he has. But I can guarantee you that what he said is 100% true. Failure is the greatest lesson. Some things, in fact, a lot of things, didn't go my way during my high school career. I didn't get accepted to any summer programs. The National Honor Society didn't admit me the first time I applied, and I got rejected from many of my dream schools. Sure, all of those things hurt, but I couldn't just sit there and do nothing about it. Each time I promised myself that I would try harder and work harder and dedicate more time to my passions. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Winston Churchill. Failing built my character. It strengthened my mentality and developed my hunger to succeed. Sophomore year, my first year going to the FBLA leadership conferences, I didn't place in any events. The next year, I assured myself that the same thing wouldn't happen. And sure enough, my teammates and I placed second in entrepreneurship at FBLA State. It felt amazing. This year, we were aiming to place first, but I guess you know what ruined it. I got accepted to the National Honor Society the second time I applied, not the first time, as I just mentioned. What I'm trying to say is, it's entirely okay to suffer defeats, but it is never okay to be defeated. Last but not least, rule number 3, enjoy life. It sounds so simple, yet so many people forget to follow through with it. When I say to enjoy life, I mean genuinely never forget to enjoy it. You only get one. If you're not happy about something or you're just not enjoying whatever it is you're doing, then do something about that. Fix whatever is making you unhappy. We weren't put on this planet to waste our time. One of my favorite artists, Kanye West, summarizes it perfectly with this lyric: "The good life, let's go on a living spree. They say the best things in life are free." We have to enjoy the simple things in life. The love we receive from our family members or special someone, the happiness we experience when we spend time with our friends, the excitement we get when we learn new things, and many other things is so important. We have to cherish the moments with the people who make life infinitely better. If, after all of my thank yous and anecdotes and quotes, there's only one thing you decide to remember about my speech, it should be this: work hard, you know? Sometimes you'll win, sometimes you'll lose. Don't forget to learn from those losses, because they'll make you stronger and smarter. And lastly, as I just mentioned, enjoy life. When you're about to go to sleep at night and you put on your pajamas and you get in bed and look up at the roof and start thinking, strive to make sure that those thoughts are usually about how good a day you had. I understand there will be bad days, but make it a habit to experience the good days more often. Wow, today was such an amazing, productive day. That's the goal, the ultimate goal. All in all, I would like to congratulate every graduating senior for getting it done, for pulling through. This is really just the beginning for you guys. As I mentioned in the beginning, don't let the current situation overshadow your years of hard work and dedication. Don't let it discourage your major accomplishments, because at the end of the day, we'll be the ones that will go down in history, the ones who had a virtual graduation. To the class of 2020, I wish each and every one of you the best of luck in your bright and promising futures.
The Principal's Merit of Excellence Award recognizes senior students who have been successful in their academic achievements, leadership, and community service throughout their years at Nogales High School. The following recipients are students who exemplify these characteristics. The Female Principal's Merit of Excellence Award recipient is a young lady who has been a model student here at Nogales High School, excelling both academically and in a variety of extracurricular areas. Her teachers describe her as an individual with strong, enduring character who is always smiling no matter what is going on. She has a great sense of humor and is always cheerful with an impressive strength, is open to feedback from her teachers, which in turn help her grow as an individual. She is trustworthy, reliable, good-humored, and has a very positive attitude that has helped her accomplish her senior project of gathering prom dresses for those students that could not afford them. This student not only maintained a high GPA while pursuing honors classes, but did so while being involved in Science National Honor Society, National Honor Society, National Technical Honor Society, varsity track, and was part of the National Championship cheer team. She was also student body president and one of the best noted her Stugo sponsor, and has been part of student council throughout her high school career. She is a recipient of the President's Education Award and will continue to make her community proud as she attends the University of Arizona in the fall. This year's Female Principal Merit of Excellence Award goes to Maya Robles. The Male Principal's Merit of Excellence Award recipient is a young man who has established himself as a leader inside and outside of the classroom. This student exemplifies everything a student of good character should be. He demonstrates the qualities of leadership, academic excellence, and general good citizenship, someone who is always willing to help others, especially his family. Teachers repeatedly describe his smile as being bright, illuminating any room that he walks into, and state that he has a strong work ethic and passion to pursue his goals. He has a high level of energy and determination to acquire more knowledge and new skills. He spends hours helping in the athletic training room and fields and courts on campus and plans to pursue a career in sports medicine. This year, he showed tremendous leadership as a peer college coach, helping fellow classmates prepare for college. He has been an exchange student with the Rotary Club, representing our community in France, and learned a new culture. He challenges himself with honors in AP courses and has been part of many extracurricular programs during his high school career, such as wrestling, FBLA, track, and football. Outside of school, he also finds time to dedicate himself to Boy Scouts of America. We know that this student will make our community proud as he begins his journey at Pima, then continues on to Northern Arizona University to complete his bachelor's and master's in sports medicine. This year's Mayo Principal Merit of Excellence Award goes to Emiliano Romero Garma.
The following students are being recognized for having perfect attendance at Nogales High School. These students never missed a day during their 4 years here at Nogales High School. Please help me recognize these special students. Michelle Lynn Ion, Karishma Davina Barnett, Ana Fernandez Contreras, and Gabriel Gerardo. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you very much for your dedication to coming to school every day at Nogales High School. We'll now be bringing up Marty Lay for the recognition of sponsors.
Good evening, students, families, and teachers. I hope this message finds everyone in good health and that you have all been safe and secure during these trying times. Despite the whirlwind that the conclusion of this year has become, I still appreciate you all for joining in on this momentous occasion for the class of 2020. First and foremost, I would like to sincerely thank our class sponsors. Ms. Reina and Mr. Dutt worked tirelessly with the student government for 4 years, dedicating their time and effort to ensure that we were always up to date and given the best opportunities as a class. We would not be here today, nor would we have been able to carry out any event in the past without their help. As a president that was very confused after first being elected, I am especially grateful for their patience and willingness to help. They epitomize selflessness, and I respect them greatly for it. While staying true to the theme of thanking, I would like to extend my gratitude to all parents who have been our support system since the first terrifying day of kindergarten. It would be an understatement to say that you are all anything less than amazing. High school can be one of the most difficult times in a young person's life, given the workload and new aspects of social life. Our parents are the ones who have been through it, and they guide us through those harsh and uncertain times. If anyone deserves to be wearing our caps and gowns, it's them. Now, since I'm giving the speech, I have the privilege of making this a little more personal. So with that said, thank you, Mom and Dad. You guys believed in me when no one else did, including myself, and helped me find strength I never thought I had. It's terrifying to enter a stage of my life where you will have less active roles, but I know you prepared me. Thank you and I love you. Everything I accomplish will be for you. Benjamin Franklin once said that in this world, nothing is certain except for death and taxes. Unfortunately for us, high school graduation was not a third guarantee. I would be lying if I said that this was not a bitter end to 4 amazing years. Despite all the triumph and tragedy we faced as a class, I was positive we would be walking around the track one last time. Returning to the school for senior checkout not long ago was especially agonizing. It served as a reminder of not only our graduation, but also the final quarter that we deserve to have, but never will. I was angry for missing out on the privileges that generations before and after us can enjoy. It is undoubtedly a tragic conclusion to our run, and we'll have to let it sting for a long while. However, returning to the school that day reminded me of something else. It reminded me of how lucky I am. I was blessed with amazing teachers, coaches, advisors, and most of all, the greatest friends in the world. And I made memories that I will cherish regardless of the way I leave NHS. I implore you all to focus on what got you here instead of the conclusion that you were expecting. We have always been a resilient class, and let this misfortune we faced be yet another chip on our shoulder that drives us further. Today marks the start of a new journey for all of us. We are entering uncharted waters, and the anticipation for what we will accomplish has never been greater. I am as scared as anyone for the unknown, and can only hope that the lessons I learned will help. According to Mark Twain, just remember that 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed in the things that you didn't accomplish than by the ones that you did. So throw off the bowlines, sail away from the safe harbor, and catch the trade winds in your sails. Explore, dream, discover. Again, I thank each and every one of you for shaping me into the person that I am today. Nogales taught me a lot, and I will not forget it anytime soon. Just like those orange traffic cone class shirts we got such a hard time for, we faced a lot of adversity, but I promise you that people will remember us. Thank you.
Governing board members, Superintendent Parra, and guests. On behalf of the administration, faculty, and parents, it is with honor and pride that I present to you the candidates for graduation of the class of 2020. The students before you have completed the requirements for graduation set forth by the state of Arizona and the Nogales Unified School District number 1. They are authenticated by the administration and the faculty of Nogales High School to receive their certificate certifying completion from Nogales High School. Diplomas have been issued to each student according to state laws.
Gisela Abundez, Marisol Acedo, Dominique Acosta, Juan Sebastian Acosta B, Josue Alonso Adame Reyes, Jocelyn Aguilar, Marcel Julian Aguirre, Rosemary Aguirre, Jesus Eduardo Almada, Brianna Denise Ainza, Aisha Chantel Alcantar, Abraham Aldaz, Hazel Aldecoa, Esteban A. Altamirano, Brianna Alvarado, Michelle Alejandra Alvarez Izaguirre, Monique Larissa Alvarez, Darlene O. Amador, Santiago Andrade, Gail I. Andres, Andrea Vera Diana Arana Miranda, Ruby Araujo Espinoza, Cristina Araujo Vasquez, Oscar Arbayo, Armando Arellano, Eunice Paola Arias Villegas, Cecilia Vanessa Aristiga Huerta, Dion P. Armenta, Sebastian Armenta, Carlos Armenta Cabrera, Joseph Camilo Armenta Cabrera, Omar Anthony Cabrera, Jacqueline Armenta Tinoco, Juan Alain Arvizu, Angeline Nicole Astorga, Arthur Alicia Hilario Astorga, Aurora Avila. Alonzo L. Aviles. Diana Pamela Ayala. Michelle Lynn Ion. Matthew Ryan Bachelier. Vanessa Renee Baldenegro. Karishma Davina Barnett. Luis Alejandro Barnett Bourbon. Anna Karen Barales. Gabriel Alexander Barraza. Dorlee Abigail Bernal. Marlene A. Betancourt. Audra Bethany Bilo. Michelle Annette Bonias. Bertha Bray. Enrique Brown Chanez. Gildardo Antonio Bustamante. Madai Bustamante Gomez. Nicole Fernanda Cabrera. Jennifer Caceres Galvez. Diane Noelia Calcidias. Humberto Camacho. Manuel Camacho. Ivan Camerlin. Christian Campuzano. Sebastian Omar Conchola. Ashley Nicole Canedo. Diego Canet. Manuel Edgardo Cañas Jimenez. Herman Cañas Ledesma. Aylin Carrillo. Alan Carrillo Orozco. Sherilyn Alexis Carrillo. Rogelio Casas Espriu. Janeth Mayani Castaños Garcia. Andrea Hazel Castellan. Alexandra Castro. Edgar Castro. Esteban Gerardo Castro. Julian Castro. Antoine Andre Castro Hill. Jacqueline Castro Gonzalez. Ariana Daniela Castro Calixtro. Alexia Anahi Ceballos. Daniela Anahi Ceballos. Fernanda Ceballos Romero. Sharon Janai Cedeno. Brendan Miguel Cervantes. Daniela Yvette Cervantes. Eduardo Chacon Rodriguez. Wendy Nayeli Chacon Salazar, Alyssa Chamberlain, Nicholas Miles Chamberlain, Fernanda Chavez, Miguel Alejandro Chiquet, Marissa Cintura, Liani Coyelmo, Andrea Alexis Coyelmo Zarate, Alexa Teresa Colosio, Ana Fernanda Contreras, Andrea Nayeli Correa, Eitzel Andrea Corrales, Alexandro Cortez, Maria Inez Cortez, Carlos Cortina Castro, Annette C. Cortinas, Santiago Lino Crisantes, Cesar Jose Dubdub, Mia Paulina Damon, Rochelle Davila Rivera, Cesar Ernesto Davis, Cameron Patricia De La Osa, Jacqueline De La Rosa, Miranda Teresa De La Rosa Podesta, Diego Alejandro De La Torre Castro, Adrian Delgado, Oscar A. Denogin, Alfredo Emmanuel Diaz, Eileen Anais Dominguez, David Duarte, Jesus Duarte, Miguel Dueñas Jr., Carolina Isabel Durazo, Veronica Ecker, Melina Egarola Salas, Daniel Egarola Armenta, Kenneth Ariel Espinosa Gameros, Michelle Espinosa, Clarissa Espinosa, Mark Anthony Esquer, Paula Esquer, Bianca Esquivel, Adamaris Estrada, Anadamaris Estrada, Jocelyn Estrella, Shasid Anaira Fajardo, Jesus Angel Felix, Oscar Aidan Felix, Amy Sue Fellers, Darian David Figueroa, Juan Antonio Figueroa Lopez Jr., Claudia Marie Flores, Jesus Francisco Fong Ruiz, Giselle Francesca Franco Fuentes, Gerson Giovanni Galliano, Carla Lucero Galindo, Jimena Gallardo, Pamela Gallegos, David Gomez, Penelope Renee Garate Munoz, Adriana Paulina Garcia Diaz, Alec Garcia Lujan, Alan Garcia, Arnett Garcia, Belia Nicole Garcia, Diana Garcia, Isamara Rachel Garcia, Jared Emmanuel Garcia, Carla Giselle Garcia, Isabella Camille Garcia Ornelas, Misael Gastelum Pina, Cassandra Raquel Gaxiola, Gabrielle Gerardo, Gonzalo Gerardo Jr., Alfonso Gomez de Leon, Jimena Gonzalez Gaxiola, Melissa Gonzalez, Valeria Janice Gonzalez, Zarina Gonzalez Dabdab, Zaira Fernanda Gonzalez Rosas, Jesus Manuel Gonzalez Romo, Paul Ernesto Gracia, Roberta Eugenia Gracia, Abraham Aharon Gradias, Sebastian Granados Corona, Julian Cristobal Grijalva, Jose Armando Guerrero, Diego Adrian Guevara, Jesus Donaldo Gutierrez, Valeria Mendoza Gutierrez, Eden Grace Harrison, Abraham Hernandez, Juan Esteban Hernandez, Yadid Viviana Hernandez, Noah Bradley Hilbig, Brian Alfonso Holman, Christopher A. Huerta, Rita Nohemi Ibarra, Andres Ibarra Pino, Aiden Isaac Jimenez, Jose Antonio Jimenez, Kenneth Alexander Jimenez, Arith Maribel Johnson, Adela Juarez Cardenas, Michael A. Knapp, Jacqueline Lee Larson, Jose Rafael Ledesma Figueroa Jr., Aaron Ubaldo Lerma Miranda, Alvaro Martin Ley, Alyssa Leyva, Nicole Leyva Save, Karen Fernanda Lamas Gil, Adrian Lopez, Anna Karen Lopez, Daniel Urban Lopez, Hector Fernando Lopez, Layla Alyssa Lopez, Meredith Maya Abigail Lopez, Raul Aaron Lopez, Ricardo Campos Lopez, Vanessa Lopez, Anna Cynthia Lopez Dabdaub, Herman Lopez Romo, Irela Lopez Sanchez, Priscilla Lucio, Aiden Luevano, Victor Gabriel Lugo, Karime Andrea Lujan, Ariana Luna Martinez, Miguel Ignacio Manriquez, Alejandra Yadel Martinez, Angel Martinez, Gael Alberto Martinez, Gerardo Martinez, Jose Adrian Martinez, Liseth K. Martinez, Joshua Martinez Lucero, Guadalupe Matus Medrano, Andre Jose Maturena, Christopher Mejia, Antonio Mejia, Luis Carlos Melendez Jr., Sabrina Mendiville, Sebastian Mendoza Munoz, Jonathan Mendoza, Briseda Merez Lopez, Eric Carl Meyer, Daniela Mimiaga, Jesus Antonio Miranda Jr., Luis Alexandro Mireles, Danitza Michelle Molina, Raimundo Molina, Isabel J. Molina Cervantes, Sarina Renee Monge, Mayra Alejandra Monreal, Camila Montes, Kristen Alexandra Montes, Nicole Lynn Montes, Eileen Montiel Perez, Andrea Mercedes Montoya, Carla Fabiola Montoya, Natalie Montoya, David Allen Moore III, Anadelia Morales, Andrea Evangelina Moreno, Nicole Alejandra Moreno, Ana Fernanda Moreno Vasquez, Eduardo Moroyoki, Jesus Alberto Mota Jr., Luis C. Mongaro, Daniela Fabiola Munoz, Samuel Munoz Vega, Stephanie Munoz, Victoria Munoz, Miriam Murillo, Ashanti Janice Murieta, Dhananjay Narang, Tabitha Sylvia Navarrete, Edith Mary Annie Navarro, Monica Paola Navarro, Ricardo Alexandro Navarro, Melissa Ruby Ochoa, Diego Hernando Olea, Eduardo Olivaria, Guidel Isaac Olivas Mada, Nicole Olivas, Maria Olmedo, Rebecca Maria Orozco, Melitza Ortega, Hernan Ortiz, Gilberto Osuna Juarez, Francisco Enrique Ozuna, Juan Ramon Pacheco, Marlene Yvette Padilla, Charles Max Page, Eric Arturo Page, Isaac Gerard Page, Vanya Palazuelos, Andres Gerardo Parra, Genaro Parra, Jimena Katrina Parra, Fabian Pena, Joshua Pena, Yoseline Peralta, Adriel Perez, David Esteban Perez, Karina Perez, Oscar Perez, Grecia Alejandra Perez Estrada, Denai Joe Perrot, Carolina Pesquira, Maria Daniela Pinuelas Diaz, Daily Cassandra Placencia, Abdi Jared Priego Ferreira, Lisette Ofelia Quintero Lizaraga, Marcel Alessandro Quintero, Alejandra Quintero Bustamante, Alberto Ramirez, Carmen Yesenia Ramirez, David Antonio Ramirez, Sebastian Ramirez, Chantel Ramirez, Jesus Ramirez Hill, Rafael Renteria, Andres Reyes, Carolina Reyes Tachuquin, Valeria Carolina Reina, Sabrina Reynosa, Alexa Riesco, Christian Andres Rivas, Julian Eduardo Rivas, Dania Yesenia Rivera Soto, Gabriel Ivan Rivero, Maya Angelique Robles, Ashley Nicole Rodriguez, Emma Veronica Rodriguez Mejia, Violeta Rodriguez, Yanula Rodriguez, Ana Angela Rojas, Joel Lucas Rojas, Diana Rojas, Carizia Nicole Rojo, Angel Ricardo Romero, Ashley Angelica Romero, Emiliano Romero Garma, Alexa Dene Rosas, Jason A. Rubio, Andrea Ruiz, Cesar Axel Ruiz Porcas, Fernanda Ruiz, Juan Carlos Ruiz, Sebastian Sahgun, Eric Salazar, Isaac Gabriel Salazar, Victoria Salazar, Yesenia Maribel Salazar Azano, Abelardo Salazar Jr., Jennifer Alexa Salmon, Carolina Yadira Sanchez Diaz, Yareli Carolina Sanchez, Hugo Santana, Michael Ann Sapino, Yulitza Natalie Sotobo Lozano, Adam Sinohoe, Erwin Smith, Diana Lees So Mendoza, Aaron Solis, Ariana Marie Solis, Sebastian Solis, Carla Denise Soto Salguero, Brian Alexandro Sullivan, Lexus Marie Taddy Costello, Leonardo Tavera Montiel, Gracia Tinoco Ornelas, Xavier A. Tintos, Shasid Alicia Tolano, Edgar Alonso Torres, Sebastian Torres Valenzuela, Vanessa Tovar Rodriguez, Oscar Adam Treto, Ana Laura Trujillo, Aisha Jamila Urquidez Guerrero, Gloria Angelina Urtuswastegui Molina, Gladys Ane Valdez, Crystal Arlene Valdez, Leonardo Valdez, Luis Fernando Valdez, Miguel Valdez, Victor Antonio Valdez, Leisha Patricia Valdez Grijalva, Fernando Rene Valencia, Michelle Viviana Valencia, Elliot Valencia Lopez, Fernando Valenzuela, Isaac Valenzuela, Italy Estefany Valenzuela Holman, Isaiah Aram Vale, Mariana Nicole Vargas Navarro, Miley Nicole Vasquez, Richard Gabriel Vasquez, Ramses Gabriel Vasquez Lopez, Christopher Gerardo Vasquez Lopez, Diego Antonio Velez, Fernanda Verdugo, Larissa Camila Verdugo, Abdiel Vidales, Paola Vidana, Karen Consuelo Vidari, Edgar Adrian Villa, Victoria Miranda Villaseñor, Valentino Alejandro Villegas, Jacob Colby Thomas Wade, Eduardo Yepes, Nicole Roberto Zamudio, Paulette Zorate Orozco, Darlette Zuniga, Dominique Zuniga.
Congratulations to the class of 2020. I want to say thank you for making my first year as an NHS principal a fantastic one. Although it was shortened due to the coronavirus, I enjoyed every moment. You truly are a great class and will do fantastic things in the future. I look forward to hearing from each of you as you go on your own path and show the world what it is to be an Apache. Good luck and be safe.